What's going on, guys? Good morning. Welcome back to United View. Hope everyone is doing very well, having a good Friday. What a week it's been. Oh, my goodness me, what a week it's been. There's been so much going on, not so much in the world of Manchester United, but certainly in the world of United View this week. Indeed, hasn't it just? But we are here. We are live for another edition of the Morning View, and there's plenty to discuss this morning. We're going to be discussing Tyler Dibling. This £100 million, is he a dream signing? Is it a dream signing for Manchester United this summer as part of this, I guess, strange transfer window where it's going to be open for a week and then it's going to then be shut for a little bit and then back open? I don't know. We'll be chatting about that. We're also going to be talking about Viktor Gykeres and how a deal is looking less and less likely for the Sporting striker to reunite with Ruben Amorim. And also we'll be talking about Gomes, a possible free transfer. Of course, the former Manchester United midfielder. Could he be set to return to Manchester United this summer on a free? Is there any such thing as a free transfer? We'll be chatting about it all. So be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe as well. Bottom right-hand corner. Yes, I can see the chat. This is right. Marion says, morning UV. Soloing. Yes, Soloing. Court star. Soloing Sokoa. Yes, I like the puns. And speaking of those puns, the wrestling puns indeed, I'm going to be live on my channel this evening for SmackDown from London in England, and I'll be live for a watch long and a post show for that. I'm sure somebody in the chat will link the channel for that one too. But there's a lot to get into this morning. I've got an agenda, folks. I've got an agenda to get to. Not only are we going to be talking about all of these stories and all of these news happenings when it comes to Manchester United, I'm also going to be giving you some footage. Yes, some exclusive footage of the SJAs and the vlog that's coming out this evening. Yes, this evening, the vlog will be vlogging. Yes, the vlog will be vlogging this evening. I think it's going to be dropping at 7 p.m. So I'm going to give you a bit of a teaser for that later on. And as people can see, and as people are even mentioning in the chat at the moment, MA says, are you wearing the UV hoodie? Of course I am. Right there. There. Stand up, Owen. You can... There, look at it, embroidered. Look, it's not the cheap stuff. Look at that, proper quality. Look at that, it's good quality, nice and warm, nice and cozy. That's exactly what we like, isn't it? Indeed. So yes, there, as Max says, there on the UV hoodie. And if you wish to join me in wearing a UV hoodie, all you need to do is click the link in the video description. It's pinned in the chat as well. The UV store is live. And this morning, we're going to do a giveaway, but you got to enter. It's like getting a ticket for a raffle. All you've got to do, there's a goal in the chat right there. We can see now that I think this might be a big ask. But if we get 20 teal green super chats, then one of the 20 that has entered could win a UV t-shirt. Yes, all you have to do, put in that super chat and you can enter. So it's like buying like a raffle ticket, really, but you've got to enter, and that's how you enter. It's going to be going for the whole show. It's going to be going for the whole hour. So if you do want to enter that, yeah, at the moment it's 20. If we hit 20, I'll just do it again. And then we'll randomly pick someone that will win that hoodie for what's teal? Teal's like that's like a 5, isn't it? It's like a 5. So good value for money if indeed you do win. So yes, and if you just wish to browse the store or purchase anything else, then you can go check that out. Links in the video descriptions, pinned in the chat. Compost Smurf says, when's court? Don't you worry about forgetting that. Don't you worry. I have not forgotten about that at all. Court will be happening. It will probably be happening next week, or maybe as early as this weekend. Maybe, possibly. Well, don't we worry. We haven't forgot. Big up to Biggs. Has gifted 1 UV membership, and the beneficiary is on my second screen here is Sticks. Big up Biggs and big up Sticks. And I guess a reminder as well, you can join the UV membership. Links in the video description. Right. Let's talk football, shall we, folks? Let's talk football. Let's talk this Dibling stuff. I say let's just get this Dibling stuff out the way. Not even necessarily talk it, because it's been one of these, it's been long, isn't it? The international break, and you get these kind of stories, don't you? So Tyler Dibling, Southampton are going down. Everyone knows Southampton are going down. They might be the worst team in Premier League history. Statistically, they're on run to actually be worse than that infamous Derby side. And because of that, of course, the vultures are circling, trying to pick the carcass of Southampton. And one of the players that every Premier League club seemingly wants is Tyler Dibling. Now, this week we had heard, hadn't we, that multiple reports came out saying that Southampton wanted £100 million for Tyler Dibling in the summer. They believe, Southampton want to get their money's worth. Manchester United, amongst others, there's a whole host of clubs interested in the midfielder. And Fabrizio Romano, talking to Give Me Sport, says Tyler Dibling is a dream target for Manchester United. Southampton want £100 million. They believe he is one of the best players in the world in terms of potential in his position. Now, I spoke about this the other day on The Full View, I think it was, when that story first came out. About Dibling and £100 million. There is something in me, so I'm going to go out on a limb here, folks. Sometimes you get accused, you get off the fence. What do you really think? You're not sharing your opinion enough. You're playing it down the middle. Don't think Southampton are going to get £100 million for Tyler Dibling. There is this strange phenomenon that we have seen, haven't we, in the last few years, where if a young player in the Premier League in sort of their first season-ish does well, then it's almost like it's reflective of football fandom, isn't it? Then suddenly it's just 0 to 60 like that. Not even in a few seconds, just boom. So if they play well for a little bit of time, £100 million player. £100 million player. And that's what it is, It's a bit like us with Cobby last season. I think people used the Cobby example, and I think it's an apt one. Last season, phenomenal. And Cobby did way more last season than, Dibling's done at Southampton. Come straight in, then playing for England, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, he's £100 million. He's £100 million. And you go, well, I wish I had the wait a minute with the Don Robbie. Wait a minute.
Hold on, wait a minute.
That one.
No, wait a minute. Wait.
Because inevitably there will be a drop off. Inevitably there will be a drop off when it comes to the player. They're not going to get £100 million for a relegated club. A relegated team. How old's Dibling again? Tyler Dibling. 19 years old. Not gonna get it's more sort of jockeying for position, isn't it? Jockeying for position, it's a hands off, don't try and take our best player. We're definitely not interested in selling him this summer unless you probably give about 60 million, that we probably would. It's one of those ones, isn't it, really? And because they know, of course, that there's going to be demand for him. Every Premier League club or top Premier League club will be interested. So obviously we'd be interested. City would be interested. Newcastle would be interested. Arsenal would be interested. Chelsea would be interested. Name a club. Liverpool would be interested because it fits any what top Premier League club wouldn't want sort of a young, 19-year-old midfielder, English, homegrown, of course. But he's not a £100 million player. He's just not. It'd be one thing if Southampton had a season where they were like pushing for Champions League and Dibling was just like taking the piss out of the league. Then you go, look, £100 million player. All right, I'll give you that one. But in a day and age where football fees and transfers are, inflated and, it's out of control, even still to this day, to get a £100 million player, it's a lot. You know what I mean? It's a lot. So it kind of reminds me, Oba mentions it there in the chat, it kind of reminds me of Evan Ferguson, doesn't it? Remember like a year ago, 18 months ago? Oh, yeah, we're Evan Ferguson. Well, Brighton, and that was another one. Man United are interested. Well, Brighton will only want to sell him for £100 million. And then now look at him. You know, it was like, oh, he might go to West Ham on loan in January. Yeah, I think it's finding the right balance, isn't it? It's finding the right balance between everyone wants to be the first, you know, or you want to be ahead of the curve, and you want to find these young players and be like, wow, look at that. They got in there first and they got good value for money and they got that player. But also sometimes you have to take a step back and be careful. Like I said, Evan Ferguson. I remember Adam Wharton when he came in initially at Palace. Oh my God, like now he's going to be £100 million player. Then it was dropped off a little bit. And so, actually, start to come back a little bit now, because that's what happens with young players. Teams are just so desperate to find the next big thing. I'm not talking about Brock Lesnar, but the next big thing. They're trying to find the next Jude Bellingham, the next Lamine Yamal, or what have you. And then, we'll get him, then we're sorted for 10, 15 years at the club. But you've got to be really, really careful. And as far as just from a Manchester United specific point of view for this one, I just don't see it. Like, I just don't. If Southampton legitimately want even more than, because I think it was Tamo saying on the Full View, maybe he's like a £30 million player. I suppose in today's day and age, and football, it might be a bit low. I mean, it was how much did Archie Gray cost when he got bought from Leeds? It was £40 million. Now, was that a release clause? I forget, but it was that's like £40 million. That's a Championship player. So I could see Dibling going for I could see him going for around sort of 40. I could see him go 40, maybe a little bit more than that. Nowhere near 100. And if it is that, that's when I go, then I just don't really see if United would be involved. We've seen last summer and in January, United now, we're under Barada, Wilcox, permanent Vivs. That the price point is kind of, for any transfer, the max price point is around 50, and that's max. They're looking to do deals for 30, 40-ish, or they're looking to go for Aiden Heaven for 1.5. So they're looking to go around sort of academies in the Premier League and around Europe, sign a player for like 2 million, 3 million, give them 18 months. They're sort of on the precipice of breaking into the first team, and then they can come in. I think that's what Man United are looking at. And that's why even when the stuff with the Jared Branthwaite deal, and they're like, United want to go back in for Jared Branthwaite in the summer, and Everton are still going to be asking for £70 million. I'm like, well, then nothing's going to change then. We're not going to sign Jared Branthwaite if it's £70 million. It's just like it was last summer when they were asking for a lot of money. Man United aren't going to do it. They're just not going to do it. And they shouldn't, by the way. I do not want to hear this coming summer any kind of situation where it's like we go, just pay the money, because just paying the money has got us to where we are now. That's got us to this situation of being so bad for just pay the money. No, never just pay the money again. Don't do it. Statistically, and it's not hard because pretty much every transfer has been a dud for however long at Manchester United. But when we have just paid the money, it's gone to shit. We just paid the money when it went to Anthony on the last day of the window, or we just paid the money when it came to Casemiro, or we just paid the money when it was Mason Mount, or we just paid the money for anyone you could possibly think of. Just Rasmus Højlund, just pay the money. So £100 million, no. I don't actually see a signing Dibling in the summer. I think that I think there'll be a couple of higher profile names that we'll get, and a bit like we've seen over the last 12 months, I think there'll be a couple of names that not even necessarily linked to United, and we'll go, oh, who's that? Oh, someone from some academy. Oh, who's that? Or names that were sort of floating around that maybe United weren't sort of properly linked with. Like last summer, Dorgu was linked with Chelsea and Spurs, and Lecce's fee was a bit too high, and it was blah, blah, blah. But I don't think United were actively linked with him at the time. Fast forward to January, we get him. Not for necessarily the price that was originally reported as well. Lower demands, because they'll drive a hard bargain and they'll get it. They absolutely will get it. So, yeah, Definitely not 100 million pounds. And I'm not sure I necessarily see it. I'm not sure I necessarily see that one. How many likes we got at the moment? We're on our way to 154 away. So if you haven't already, click the like button. Be sure to subscribe as well whilst you're at it. Someone did point this out in the chat earlier on. As you can see in the top right-hand corner, the countdown is on. It's a bit too early for me to be singing Final Countdown by Europe because I think Brad Danielson's going to come out. But look, you can see in the top right-hand corner, yes, 190K. The countdown is officially on, properly on to 200,000 subscribers. That's why I said it's been a big week. You've got awards. You've got 190K, getting closer to 200K. You've got merch launching. Yes, a reminder, links in the video description is pinned in the chat. And if you put in a green super chat, you can enter the prize draw. Got to get to 20 though. Put in a green super chat, you can get into the prize draw to win a UB t-shirt. That's all you need to do. So yes, Lilio says, we will be there with 200K party. MA says, when is 200K party? Well, Flex has been, you're going to be surprised by this one, flip-flopping, which is, I'm under the assumption there will be a 200K party, but he's like, it's 250, a bit of a round number. And I'm like, you know, it's got to be one, 200K. So I can't say definitively whether there will or there won't be, but I think there should be. I think there should be. So yes. And then obviously the quicker we get there, we can just put pressure on. We can put pressure on Jurgen Flex to be like, hey, kind of got to, you know what I mean? Show off the award there, put it on a little thing. Everyone takes a picture with the trophy, like Premier League. I think I've kind of sold it. So yes. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe too. Let's move on to Viktor Gyökeres. I don't know. I'm a bit tired of talking about Gyökeres already. He's not even a United player. So a bit on Gyökeres and how this deal is unlikely. Every other day or every other week, you get one about how he's going to United. He's not going to United. The deal is very unlikely. And today, spin the wheel. It's unlikely. It's unlikely again. Duncan Castles has said that Viktor Gyökeres' assessment of where Manchester United are at the moment is not the option to take in the summer where he'll be turning 27. He wants to go to a club where he can prove himself and win trophies. So again, now we're back into the territory of unlikely. It's now unlikely again. I mean, let me know in the chat. By the way, let me know in the chat. I suppose maybe 1 for yes, 2 for no. Do Manchester United sign Viktor Gyökeres in the summer? If it was me, and I'm typing in the chat right now, I'd be putting a 2. I'd be saying no. I don't necessarily sure if I actually see that one. Considering, you know, and then look, maybe that will change. Should we win Europa League? There's a lot of 2s. Yeah, there's a lot of 2s. There's a lot of 2s in the chat. I think we're kind of all on the same page here, UB community. It feels like, as he points out, he's 27, peak of his career. Man United are at the beginning of quite a big rebuild project. Even if we did get into the Champions League, snuck in by winning the Europa League, you would still, and we're in the Champions League next season, I'd be like, well, if I was him, I'd be saying, yeah, but what am I gonna be competing for the Premier League? Am I gonna be competing for the Champions League? And the answer is no. Like we are way away from that. So I just don't know if I necessarily see that. And Man United need a striker in the summer, no doubt about it. It's priority position, absolutely priority position for United. Need it. We need goals in the team, 100%. 100%. Would I be really disappointed if we missed out on Gyökeres? Not necessarily. I think actually what might scupper this once again, it's a bit like the Dibling one with the transfer fee. I think it might be for sort of financial reasons that kind of scupper that one too. I mean, does Gyökeres have a release clause? Was it Gyökeres? I think he does, doesn't he? So is there, 70 million pounds? Or is it 100 million euros? So it's a lot of money. Oh, there you go. Despite the risk clause, Viktor Gykeres can leave Sporting for 60 to 70 million euros. So it's about what 50-ish, 50 to 60 million pounds, which is on the higher end of what United would probably go for. But that doesn't, I suppose, rule that one out. But he might be looking for a big deal, and again, maybe on other clubs, he might be not looking for as big of a deal. But if at those clubs he's going to be competing for Premier Leagues, Champions Leagues, it might be different. There's just something in me that says I don't know. Now, if we do have exits this summer, then possibly. I think if there was going to be a striker now that did leave, I'm in the position at the moment. I'm in the position where I'm saying that we've only got, well, if you include Cheeto, we've got 2 strikers. I'm not even classifying Joshua Zirkzee was a striker because he's been playing as a 10. He's been playing his best football as a 10. I know he started in the 9 against Arsenal. I think that was more of an indictment on Højlund, if anything, just because, and Ruben was like, I need someone that can hold the ball up. It's got a good touch. The ball's not going to bounce off, give it away every single time. So I'm looking at Zirkzee now as just a bona fide 10. He is an inside 10. He is a 10. So we could, the possibility of Højlund getting sold in the summer and then to bring in a Gyökeres, I suppose it isn't impossible. It's not totally impossible. I just don't know. I don't know. They're still shockingly in a season where we're like, for the last few months anyway, season's over. There is still a bit to play out, isn't there, when it comes to United about certain players that we can go after, I suppose. Yeah, if we did win the Europa League and we snuck into the Champions League, then I'd be like, I guess it's possible. I just don't know. I just don't know if I can picture that. My worry is, I've mentioned this quite a few times, that it's a strikers market in the summer. You look at most clubs are in the market for a striker, even just in the Premier League, let alone across Europe. Liverpool, they're in for a striker. They're talking about getting Alexander Isak. Arsenal, they're in the market for a striker. Chelsea, they're always in the market anyway. They're in the market for a striker. If Newcastle were to lose Isak, they're in the market for a striker. Who else? Name other clubs that are in the market for a striker. Everyone. You could say City, they just signed Marmoush and Haaland, but who knows? Who knows with them, right? So they could be in the market for a striker. So you've already got there like 4 or 5 clubs who are maybe better off suited for competing for things. Maybe not Newcastle, but, then you look at clubs across Europe in, say, Spain, La Liga. Can't rule that out. Real Madrid, they probably don't need one. Mbappe plays up front, but you never know. Can't rule shit out. My worry is competing with that, avoiding doing what we've done in the past, which is, the way we'll compete is we'll throw money at it, which we shouldn't do anymore. And I'm glad we're not going to do that. So I'm not sure. And also, this is the other part. I mean, it's not so much, I suppose, of Gyökeres because he does have the release clause. If Gyökeres didn't have the release clause, Sport would actually be in a pretty strong situation at the moment because they've just agreed 2 transfers with Chelsea for significant money. So it's not like they needed the money, but the release clause kind of negates all that, doesn't it? So I don't know. I still think when it comes to this one, I wouldn't rule it out completely. Gyökeres going to United because of the Ruben link. Mainly it's because of the Ruben link. Let's be honest here. If Ruben Amorim wasn't the Man United head coach, and maybe this is a good example of it. If Ruben Amorim wasn't the Man United head coach, would we be talking about us being able to compete with those other clubs for Gyökeres? Because obviously, look, loads of clubs would want him regardless. But I don't know if we'd be having that strong of a conversation of going, yeah, but are we going to be able to compete with Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, and going for him? But because of the Ruben connection, we're like, well, I suppose maybe. Maybe that's why. So I'm a bit uncertain, but no doubt about it, we need a striker. I'm already sort of sensing the inevitable meltdown when we don't sign Viktor Gykeres, but we sign Mateta, and the fan base would be like, I don't recognize my club anymore. Look at what we're doing. We could have had Gyökeres, but we've got Mateta. Oh, just that could be an interesting summer, couldn't it? Very much so. Big up Riri, one of our moderators, one of our members as well. First in for the super chats. First in for the 20. Remember, if we get 20 greens, we'll be giving a giveaway for the UV t-shirt. Says big up Owen and the whole UV community. Big up Riri as well. Appreciate you. One of our members here right from the start. So big up. How many likes are we currently at the moment? We are at over 200 likes. Let's see if we can get to 300. Be sure to click the like button and be sure to subscribe as well. Let me show you this clip. Right, so coming out this evening, I think 7 p.m. I think it's coming out at 7 p.m. We've promised it. The reason it took a few extra days is quite long. I think it's like over half an hour long, over 30 minutes long, is the vlog from the Sports Journalism Awards on Monday. Of course, YouTube Channel of the Year 2024. Standards on the Floor, Dan Gore, United View. The whole vlog's coming out. I watched it before I started, actually, this morning, just to be like, oh, it's weird when you've you live it and then you see it. So I've got a short clip. We've actually got footage, like the SJA footage in the awards as well, which is really cool. So you've got all of the speeches from Flex, from Darren Lewis, who's the president of the Sports Journalism Association too. And this clip is we've just won the award. And this is something that I didn't know about these kind of award shows. And I suppose it does make a lot of sense. When so your name gets read out, you walk up to the stage, Flex gives a speech, and then you come off the stage and you're sort of sequestered to this bit outside, and you have to do these these interviews. You have to do these interviews and take pictures and what have you. So this is a bit of a clip of us. We've just won. We're just coming off the stage. We're just sort of leaving the room, and you get our immediate reaction of, holy shit, we actually won. Take a look.
This is how we won, bro. The camera never goes away. Come on! Come on!
I said it's not win. I said we're done. Oh my! I won't. I can't even if I try right now.
Maybe not some words, but
I'll try and find some words.
I've got one. I'm going to go up to Robin. Go. Hold on. Wait a minute. Sorry, you didn't win. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute.
I know you know what to say. Right, that's what I said. Whoa. Oh my. Wow. Oh, congrats. I can't believe it. I can't. You know, South London, you had to let one go.
Owen, breaking news. We won! Sorry, commiserations to the loser. Sorry, man.
I wasn't even in there for it. That's how I won.
Wait a minute.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Yes, full vlog coming out full video, full vlog coming out later this evening, 7 p.m. You see it all. You see us go in there. You see us in the car. You see us outside afterwards. You see us talking to, there is a moment in there. We mentioned this on Monday. Proper, the fangirl moment. Yeah. Fangirl moment. Because, you see, guy comes up to us. This is right towards the end. Guy comes up to us, goes, I just want to say well done. Shakes her hand. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. I just want to say congratulations. Well done. My name's Miles. I make a game. It's called Football Manager. And I went, did you say Football Manager? You say Miles? You say, are you Miles Jacobson? He went, yeah, I am. I went, literally stood up, and then I just found myself sort of gripping his hand and shaking it for way longer than probably necessary. You know what I mean? And saying thank you. You sit there and I go, thank you. Yeah, Lilio, the Miles Jacobson. Yes, so he's in the vlog at the end. Yeah. It's like it is a wild video. It is a wild vlog. So you see it all. You see us as traveling there, see us at the thing, Flex's speech, all that kind of stuff. 7 p.m. this evening. It'll be coming out. So it's well worth a watch. I was saying to him, I was like, you have no idea how many hours I've sunk into that game. I mean, practically, it got me through my degree at uni. I mean, who hasn't had a weekend where they go, tell you what, F this, I'm just playing Football Manager this weekend. Miles Jacobson. I was like, oh my God. Oh, mad. Absolute mad. So, yes, that's all coming out 7 p.m. So be sure to check that out. We got another super chat here from Sequire, 2 out of 20, says, big congrats on the award, guys. Well deserved. Thank you very much. And it must be said, actually, all of the comments and all of the nice words, kind words, and sort of the outpouring of congratulations has just been incredible. And some people might be like, oh, move on, all this kind of stuff. I'm telling you, yeah. It's not, people can say congratulations to specific people, Flex, KG, Josh, myself, Minna, Marcel, whoever. But it really is, it's congratulations to all of us. It is not possible without you guys that are here, even if you're a regular in the chat, even if you're watching for the first time, whether you're a subscriber, you're not a subscriber, whether you just click the like button or what have you, whatever it is, because of us. And that was our biggest takeaway. And actually, that was my biggest takeaway coming out of the night on Monday. And we mentioned this quite a lot, actually, when we were sort of chatting. It genuinely is community over everything. It's not about views, and we talk about subscribers, and we talk about likes, and we talk about whatever. It's about community. It's about creating something. It's about having a place where, whether you're a United fan, you're a football fan, you're whatever, that you can just go, relax, chat. I mean, I've talked to you guys, I talk to members of my family every day, you know what I mean? And the amount of messages that I've got that I say, you're part of my morning routine, or for every day I'll watch, or when I'm working, or when I'm in the gym, or whatever. So that award wasn't just for United viewers, for the entire UV community to make that kind of possible. And it was an upset because, my goodness me, some of the competition we were going up against. So, yeah, it really is much appreciated. And it's the community. The community won. The community won. UV didn't win. The community won. And, yeah, it's because of you guys. So big up, much appreciated. And we won. Congratulations to all of us. Yeah. That's what it is. It's not thanks. It's congratulations to all of us. We share that victory indeed. Let's keep talking about football, shall we? Let's keep talking about possible transfers. I tell you what, I'm so sick. I'm so fucking sick of this international break. Oh, I'm so tired of it. It's just been like the longest 2 weeks ever with just nothing going on. I mean, I'm kind of glad that there's been nothing going on, just in the sense that, you used to get into international breaks with United, and it used to be like, every day a story, whether it be, Pogba's leaving, or Sancho this, or whoever, Bruno, or whatever. I'm just tired. No more drama. I'm happy with that. But it's so just dry, isn't it? And it's even longer for United fans because we're not playing this weekend because we're out of the FA Cup. So football's back. Football. I'm assuming there's an FA Cup match on tonight. There probably is, but we're not involved till Tuesday. We're not involved till Tuesday. So in a way, it's been good. You don't have the stress of it all, the disappointment, the letdown of Manchester United. But at the same time, I'm ready to be hurt again. That's what it feels like. So that'll be coming on Tuesday, to be fair. Yeah, Nottingham Forest away from home. But because of that, we just kind of get these sort of transfery stories, don't we? So another one is about Angel Gomes possibly coming back to Manchester United. This one courtesy of Ben Jacobs. He said, clubs in the Premier League are in particular chasing Gomes. And my expectation is that, one, he moves to the Premier League. And two, there is a strong likelihood that either Tottenham or Manchester United win the race for his signature. That is the words of Ben Jacobs there. So Angel Gomes possibly could come back to Manchester United. I mean, his name really got in the headlines, didn't it? Well, after he had a couple of those England appearances under Lee Carsley and done okay. So, and there was like, free transfer in the summer. Could he come back? Could it be like what we've done a few times with United players? They go away and they come back, and that's what's going to happen. To be fair, I could see it. I could see that because it's a free, even though, as I say, there's no such thing as a free transfer because wages, signing on fees, agent fees, etc. Don't think he would be on massive wages. I mean, I know that's sometimes the worry, isn't it, with free transfers, is that a lot of the fees can go into that contract, whether it be signing on a fee or an overinflated wage. But if we got him on a good wage, I mean, how old is Angel Gomes at this point? Angel Gomes, 24 years old, still very young. And he would count technically a bit like, when Pogba came back, and because he came through our academy. So he counted as like a homegrown player in the sense of, well, he was up Manchester United between these ages. So I'm assuming that would be the case for Angel Gomes too. So you go, well, that's, from a registration point of view, that's good. And we're going to have midfield exits this summer. Eriksen's going to go. Maybe Casemiro's going to go. Others hopefully will go. So I wouldn't be shocked. Do I think he'd go straight in to Manchester United's team in this system? I don't know if he'd play in the team. We've actually got quite. Ironically enough, after when Ruben Amorim came in and we were like, we got with those 10 positions, we've actually got quite a few. We've got quite a few 10s now. If Ahmad's there, or if Bruno's more on the 8 now. Xerxes in the 10 is doing well. Garnacho plays in the 10. Cobby, if we've sort of said, maybe his position is going to be in the 10. So maybe, Gomes would be involved in that, but there's quite a few people in there. Midfield, the sort of best midfield partnership is Bruno. Bruno in the. I'm liking Bruno in the deep. I didn't even mention Mason Mount. I don't even want to go there, but Bruno in the deep position, having some of his best form in years, so that's working well. Next to him, you've got to have that ball winner or destroyer, who at the moment it's Casemiro or Ugarte, and I think Casemiro goes. So if we do get midfielder, you kind of probably do need another sort of ball winner in there. Can someone explain this to me, by the way? Can someone explain this to me in the chat? Because I don't really understand where this has come from. What is the deal with the hate for Manuel Ugarte over the last couple of weeks? I don't get that. I felt like I maybe had been in a coma for a week and just missed something, because suddenly all I saw was him. He posted something on Twitter, which was after a Uruguay game, and then people were angry at Ugarte, and I was looking in the thread of it, and I was I still can't find out why they don't like him suddenly. And I was the only thing I could, conclusion that I could come to was that people are crazy. That was the only thing I could. That's the only conclusion I got is that people are mental. I was like, oh, okay. It was really, really odd, and I thought, did he have a bad game? Did he say something? Did he, do something? And no, nothing happened. They just decided they don't like him. I was like, oh, okay. And I would hope that it's sort of a vocal minority, But Manuel Ugarte this season, he's done all right. Open it, first season. How much did we buy him for in the end? Ugarte fee, £42 million. Yeah, I think so. I think he's done all right. I remember when I'll always bring this one up. He had started. I don't even know if he'd started a game for Manchester United. He haven't even started a game. He'd come on a couple of times as a sub. And I think it was when we were playing, I want to say Fenerbahce. I think it was when we were playing Fenerbahce. And I was doing the pre-match. And I was seeing, and it was the morning view of that day. And there were people in the chat, and Manuel Ugarte is going to be the worst signing Manchester United have ever made. And honestly, I was like, really? The worst ever? Really? Because we're covering a lot of ground there, aren't we? We're the worst signing ever. We're covering a shit ton of ground. And there's been some shitty signings through Manchester United's history. Bebe, even in, with this current team, Mason Mount. Manuel Ugarte in one season has already done more than Mason Mount. Alexis Sanchez, Jadon Sancho, Anthony. I mean, it's mad. It's like it's so bad. So I'm not sure that. I mean, I think I saw something that he maybe had a bit of a bad game for Uruguay, but then I also saw that friendly that they played, or was it a qualifier? I'm not sure. Was played at like altitude. So suddenly now, if players are a bit tired of playing at altitude, we get people on social media who going up and down the stairs will get them out of breath and then go, gotta get your fitness in check, mate. At altitude, come on, what are we doing here? So yeah, it was very forced, very strange. Guy's done all right this season, I think. He's limited. I think you see PSG play. When I saw PSG play against Liverpool in the Champions League, one of the first things I messaged to Flex actually was, I can see why Luis Enrique didn't want Ugarte. You can see that. I mean, that PSG team is so technical, and that midfield with the players they've got in the middle of the park are so technically proficient. Ugarte isn't that player. He's not technically that player. Ugarte, good at winning the ball. His stats, Ugarte's stats are winning the ball. That's why when he was at Sporting and when he was at PSG, he had some of the best stats across Europe for winning the ball back. That's what he does. Technically, he's all right, but he's not amazing. That's why he's best when he keeps his passes limited. A couple of sideways pass, try and do a switch if you can. That's what his role is. That's what his game is. He didn't fit in that PSG team, but he's done well at United, as well as anyone can do at United this season, because we're shit and we've been rubbish this season. But I think he's done all right under Amrim. But certainly, he's not been bad enough to just randomly turn on him in an international break. My goodness me. There are players that have done far less and far worse at Manchester United that don't get highlighted enough. So, yeah, the Ugarte stuff was very, very odd to me. I don't know where that came from. That was just a weird thing that happened. A very weird thing. But I mean, he scored a brilliant goal against Everton. And what I like about him, because Ugarte, this is the other thing as well. Ugarte's younger than we think. He's 23 years old, 24 next month. He's still got a lot of years ahead of him, too. It's not as if we bought someone that is 27, 28. He's 24 next month. He's still got plenty of time ahead of him. And he's a bastard. We need more bastards in our team. We talk about people like Ander Herrera or what have you. People like Marcos Rojo. They're almost like looked back on fondly, and he wasn't great. I mean, we bought him based off a good World Cup, and he was not amazing, Marcos Rojo, at all. How he never got sent off for Manchester United, I will still not figure out. I don't know how. no idea how he never got sent off for Manchester United, Marcos Rojo. But we need more bastards in the team. We need more people that will put a tackle in, in the big games, bit of pushing and shoving, getting people's face. I remember growing up with Manchester United, where you can't really do it as much nowadays. But the amount of if they give a foul away or whatever, swarm the referee or swarm the opposition player or whatever, because you need it. If you're really going to win things and compete for things and get that kind of top mentality and have the extra physicality of fighters, you need those kind of players in your team. So I've got no problems with Manuel Ugarte. I think that that hate for whatever reason over this international break was just very, very bizarre. Rojo did get sent off for Man United. There was some stat about him. Marcos Rojo, Man United, red card. I swear there was a. There you go. What do you call it in the thingy? This is Marcos Rojo, suspensions and red cards. He got one. Who was that against? What competition was that in? It says July 1st. Oh, that still could be in the Prem, I suppose. No, July 1st, 2016 to September 2nd, 2016. Interesting. What was that? That's him getting sent off for someone else for River Plate, kicking someone in the head. In the Premier League for Manchester United, in the Premier League, never a red card. Never a red card in the Premier League for Manchester United. Marcos Rojo. How mad is that? Insane. 23 yellow cards. Hey, he knew where the line was, Rojo. Knew exactly where that line was. Just go right up to it. Just go up to it. Yeah. And you're right, Mac. That's true. It's not called the Premiership. Yeah. Manchester United play football in the Premiership. I was thinking what other sayings that Sir Jim said in that interview. It was got it wrong. I hold my hands up, mea culpa. That was one, mea culpa. Hold my hands up. Yeah, for Manchester United in the Premiership, playing football. So we gave Eric the benefit of the doubt. But we got it wrong. I hold my hands up, mea culpa. Got to work. Still trying to work on it. Still trying to work on that one. Still trying to work on the Sir Jim impression. Where are we at in terms of likes? We're 12 likes away from 300. So if you haven't already, click the like button, and be sure to subscribe as well. So yes, on the Angel Gomes thing, I could see it. I could see it happening. I think Ben Jacobs is right. I think he'll probably move back to the Premiership this summer. I was going to say, do we need a Sir Jim emoji? I don't think so. I don't think that'd be a bit too far. Yeah, I could see him coming back to the Premiership. Maybe Man United might be interested. Man United could be interested in that one, but we shall see. So yes, as far as what's on tap for the rest of the day here on United View, as I mentioned, we've got the vlog coming up for the SJAs. Coming out at 7 p.m., 30 minutes long. There's, again, so much stuff in there. There's us going there. There's, you see us talking to people, David Ornstein, etc. Yeah. You see, there was a million glasses on the table as well. Like a million glasses on that table. But you see everything. You can relive it. So that's going to be coming up at 7. Tomorrow we'll have a preview for the game on Tuesday, an early one. It'll be an early preview because we don't play at the weekend, but we'll get that out tomorrow for Forest versus Manchester United in the Premiership. For Manchester United. Sunday, I think we're probably going to have Flex's View, and then finally we'll be in a match week where we can watch Manchester United play football once again. and maybe wish it was international break again. I don't know. Flex is quite confident. I mean, he's been saying, hasn't he? He's been saying that he thinks we're not. Is he saying we're gonna win? I think we're not gonna lose. I think he says we're gonna get a result. We're gonna get a result against Forest at the City Ground. I disagree. I don't necessarily see that one. I see it still being quite indifferent between now and the end of the season. But what I'm not going to do is what KG said to him, which was you can't say that. KG was, and because the thing is, in fairness with Kevin the Comic, he's a very measured man. And I know Kevin the Comic is a very measured man because that's what he said he was. Ultimately, what I've all just said there is bullshit. He's not measured. He is the least measured person I have ever met in my life. And I don't know why he decided to die on that hill that he was measured. He's got measured takes and is a measured fan because he knows he's not. I think he was just tired, and I think he was just irritated for whatever reason at the end of that show because he's not measured. If I was to describe Kev the Comic, that I would never use the word measured in at all. I could think of probably a million words before I even thought. I mean, I wouldn't even think of it because I'd be like, well, that's wrong. I'd just completely wrong. Kev the Comic's the same person I did Royal Rumble watch along with, and Lash Legend came out and he just blurted out, "Is she Nigerian?" I mean, how is that measured? I don't understand. I don't understand. Measured? Absolutely not. Never in a million years. Never in a million years could you describe Kev the Comic as measured. Not at all. So, yes. And for those asking about that, we've also said that I think we're going to do one of the nights of WrestleMania. We're going to do together, I think, on my channel. I'm not sure which one. That is going to be an intensely busy weekend because Manchester United do play on that weekend too. So we're going to have to try and figure that one out. We play on the Sunday. So maybe we might do it Sunday. We won't do it Saturday. We won't stay up late. But I'll be doing all of them. So that's fine. Speaking of which, again, I'll be live on my channel later on this evening. We're doing SmackDown from London, England. So that's at 7:45. I go live. It's 8 o'clock. It starts. So you can watch it with me on Netflix. I'll be doing a post show as well. Reminder, SJA vlog coming up later this evening. Have a good Friday, guys. And I'll speak to you again very soon. I'm out of here. Peace.